friends, it's Miss Piggy. I hope you are all doing well. I'd like to welcome everyone back to our art series called Hanging Out, where we hang out and hang up our artwork. So friends, I'm super excited today to introduce our project, which is called Nature Globe Scene. Yeah. So before we get started, let's go over some of our values. So the first one is respect yourself, respect your art, and respect the space. Okay, friends. So for today's project, we're going to need a water bottle. I took off the label already because you want to make sure that it's clear. So it could be a water bottle. If you don't have a water bottle on hand, maybe you can use a plastic cup, anything that's clear. You'll also be needing some scissors, tape, yarn or string. This is twine. You might need a napkin just in case. And here's the fun part, friends. So what you're gonna do is you're going to collect a variety of different objects. Okay, so I have here some dried eucalyptus, some artificial plants, which means fake. And from my garden, I found these cute little succulents. So this all represents nature. Now, if you don't have any nature on hand, go ahead and grab some blank paper and some art tools to create your nature with. And on this side, I've collected some rocks that I have here. I got these at the dollar store. And here I have some black sand, which I also found at the dollar store. And maybe you have sand near you. I know some of you live near the ocean. So whether it's close by in your neighborhood where you can get some different nature materials and nature items, feel free to do so, as long as we're respecting the spaces that we're in. And also, feel free to use different objects too, such as cotton balls, seeds, lentils, beans, rice. So anything that you can create your base with. When I say base, I mean the bottom of your globe, which I'll explain more in a second. And then my favorite part is actually adding some special characters to my scene. So I have this little pig here that I'm going to be adding into my nature globe. So if you have like a special little toy that could fit inside and you're willing to use it as part of your art, I would encourage you to do so. Once again, if you don't have any special objects that you could put in, you can create special objects or characters through just using blank paper and a pen, marker, crayon, anything you have at home. Okay friends, I'm excited to introduce the actual technique of what we're doing today. So the project is called Nature Globe Scene. So if you put it all together, we're gonna mix it up and do a remix and actually do it diorama style. So a diorama is a small scale scene, typically with three-dimensional objects or figures with a backdrop or a background. So today's diorama is going to be within your globe or your recycled water bottle or some kind of container. Okay, so we're gonna get started, friends, with our globe bottle. I took the cap off and the label, like I said earlier. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna figure out where you want to cut your bottle. So, because we're creating a container. So depending on the height that you want, that's where you will be cutting. Okie dokie. So, what you can do is kind of hold your bottle sideways. Wherever you want to cut, just go ahead and squeeze it down. See? Kind of makes that indentation. And then with your other hand, you're gonna hold your scissors and you're gonna cut right above your hand. all the way across. So that creates your container. Okay? And if you want to make it shorter, it just depends. You can always go in there with your scissors and cut around if you want it to be smaller, for example. Just keep going and going until you have your desired height. Okay. So from here, you can take your napkin and just dry out your bottle if needed. There we have our diorama container. Next step, friends, we're going to actually find your yarn or your rope or string. And from here, friends, you're going to just take your string, both ends, put them together, and pull down so you know a halfway point. From here, you can kind of see how long you want your string to be. Okay, I like this height, but I think I'm gonna cut it a little bit shorter. So I'm just gonna grab my scissors and trim it as you please. And from here, friends, you're gonna take the ends and you're gonna tape them either on the outer or the inner part of your container. So you could take turns one at a time. So with your tape, okay, so I'm gonna take one end. You can put the tape on already. Just in the center like that. From there, you're gonna go ahead and put it, I'm gonna put on the inner part of my cup. And I'm just lining up the edge and pushing down with my finger. Applying a little bit of pressure so it can be firm and steady. If you notice a little bit of tape sticking out, you could just trim it off with your scissors. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. And this is the fun part where you can kind of make sure it's balanced. And when I say balanced, what I mean is if one side is lower or off too close together, you want to make sure it's on the opposite side of where you taped it so that it can have balance when you hang it. Okay, so same deal. Take your tape, add your rope right in the center, and the same thing right directly opposite side, and apply firm pressure. Your thumb and your fingers, and you can test it out to make sure it's balanced. Yay. Okay, so now that we have our handle, and while we're doing this, friends, I hope that you're thinking of a special place to hang your nature scene globe. Nature globe scene. Okay. Cool, so this is the fun part where we actually get to take a look at our items. So depending on what you want to put in your globe, start with the base. So when I say base, I would use the materials such as the rocks, cotton balls or whatnot, and you just scoop them right in. You could use your hands, or if you have like a spoon or something that you want to utilize, you can do that too. I actually like these white rocks. So you could fill your base, and it's up to you how much you'd like to put in there. I'm probably gonna add a little bit more. One more scoop. And you can kind of shake it around to make sure that it's even. All right, next. Actually, just kidding, I'm gonna add one more scoop for good luck. Yes! There we go, I feel a lot more content with that balance. So here's my base, and now this is where I'm going to be adding different plant life. So for example, I have these dry eucalyptus plants. I forgot where I got this. live in like a craft store, or dollar store. Right here, you could just poke it in there. And if you want to trim it, you can do so as well. That's up to you. I actually like this height. Let me test it with my string. Yeah, I like that. So I have my dried eucalyptus. Now I'm gonna see how these succulents would look in there. And you could just gently lay them over. If you want them inside of your base, then you could just kind of lift and swish and shake around as needed to make sure they're kind of snug. And I think I'm gonna add some of these fake plants from IKEA. And I'm actually gonna use my scissors to trim them. Pretty snug. I'm gonna move this around actually. Cool. Another thing you can do, friends, is tape. Using tape to secure if you need it. That's up to you as well. And let's try adding some art. For me, I think I'm gonna add maybe some mountains actually. So I'm just gonna draw some abstract mountains that I can add as a backdrop. My pen is running out of ink a little bit, but I actually like the texture of it. So I'm just gonna cut this out. I'm gonna add another layer of mountains. And feel free to add color, friends. Really is up to you. And you can snug that in. Once again, feel free to add tape if you need to. Always use the double-sided trick that we've been kind of doing throughout this series, where you take a piece of tape, fold them in the center, creating double-sided tape. So I'm just gonna put that right my cup and then just apply firm pressure. I'm actually gonna take this eucalyptus down because I noticed that it wiggles a lot. So I want to secure it by adding tape. Once again. Alright. So friends, I'm gonna move this last piece back a little bit. I like where this is. I And I think what I'm gonna do right now is add my last step, which is adding my character to my nature globe scene. So here we go. Here goes the little pig. Gonna just stick the pig right at the base of the scene. Oh, it's eating the plant. It's hungry. Push down. Cool. Alright, I think I have it. Can you see that, friends? Okay, so I'm gonna think of a place where I wanna hang my nature globe scene. I hope you find a fun place where you can hang yours too. If you need help, just let a grown-up help and support. And I hope this will be a great way to just take a break from your day if you need to look outside or look up and have fun. Thank you, friends.